Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi ashrah li sadri yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. The root cause of terrorism can be traced back to the divorce or the separation of ilm from tarbiyah. Traditionally, Muslim societies, they were ilm and tarbiyah went hand in hand. Tarbiyah included ilm, and there was no ilm taught without tarbiyah. Tarbiyah means teaching character, developing the character, a role model, which Prophet ﷺ was. He not only taught the Quran, but he taught the wisdom of behind all the things that the Quran ordered. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions ilm, he says he is Alimul Hakim. He's not just knowledgeable, but he is also wise. So ilm without wisdom and education without tarbiyah is very detrimental. There are people who get college degrees, they know all the things that they have to, they're well educated. But when it comes to social society, they cannot even talk with people without rubbing them the wrong way. So this comes with tarbiyah. The teachers in Prophet ﷺ was a role model for the community. He taught them ilm, but in a tarbiyah setting. Even today, the departments of education that we have, for instance, the Department of Education in the IGNA Sisters is called Department of Tarbiyah. Tarbiyah is very important because as the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, he said that to educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society. So he recognized that educating people does not help unless you build their character. That is very important, and this emphasis was from the beginning. From the time that the verses were revealed to the Prophet ﷺ to read, it was said to read in the name of the Lord. That means to read in the right way, in a context, in the context of nature, in the context of what God actually intended. And that was the original intent, and that is what throughout history Islam has taught us. Indeed, Prophet ﷺ said that innama bu'istu bi utimmama innama bu'istu bi atammama utimma bi utmima makarim al-akhlaq. Prophet ﷺ said, innama bu'istu li utammima makarim al-akhlaq, which means I have been raised just to so that in order to perfect the human character. The purpose of education is to develop, build a good moral character, which unfortunately in our societies in the India and Pakistan, they teach the Quran without any understanding or without a good role model. Sometimes the mullahs who teach the people, they teach them how to read the Quran and how to recite it, but their characters are not good. These same people, they don't have good, they are not good role models. They cheat and deceive and lie and all that, and here they're teaching Quran. So these kids who learn from them, they learn that you can read the Quran, but you can lie and cheat and deceive and all that. So that is not the purpose of education at all. The purpose of education is to build a good society, people who are honest, who don't cheat, who don't deceive, who don't lie, who are good characters. So for that we need a murabbi, which Prophet ﷺ was. He was a good moral example. Hazrat Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha described when people asked her what was the character of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She said his character was the Quran. So his character, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, innaka ala khuluqil azim. Indeed, you have the highest moral character. So the purpose of education is to build a good moral character. Islam teaches us that through education we can become good characters, and if we have a good character, we get to go to Jannah. Prophet ﷺ, in one of the hadiths, Prophet ﷺ said that the people nearest to me on the day of judgment will be the ones with the good character. And there's another uh, thing in Islam that when the when the good deeds are weighed on the balance, the good character will outweigh all of the other deeds, all worship. So that is the position in Islam of good character. That is why it is important that we should have teachers who not only they teach the subject, but they also themselves good characters. And one way to do that is to educate the kids in Islamic school or even in the home. In the home, the mother, she is the murabbiya. She is the one who's the role model for the kids. She teaches them not only English and math, but she teaches them what is right and wrong, how to talk, how to eat, how to respect the elders. And characters it plays a very important role in society. If a person he does not even talk nice to people, but he is a very educated, educated person, nobody wants to even speak with him. In Urdu, we have an expression "padhe likhe jahil," which means well educated, ignorant. That means this person he knows his math and his science and he has his degrees, but when it comes to akhlaq, good moral manners, he doesn't know how to even talk to people nicely. He's rude to them or he does things that are not right. So, and in Islam, the purpose of education is to make a person to perfect the moral character of the person. Moral character means also includes not being angry and all of these clearing the heart of all the vices, purification of the heart, which gets rid of vices so people are not jealous of each other, they don't spy on each other, they don't cheat and deceive. And all of those things, those are equally important with education, maybe sometimes even more important. Nobody likes a dishonest person. Nobody likes even he may be very well educated. So for that reason, we have to go back to reform our education system so we have the kids who learn good moral characters so they don't end up doing the wrong things. Good characters is extremely important, and we should go back to the system of Murabbi where the teacher is also the role model, that the students they only not only learn the subject but they also learn the correct behavior, the correct manners. So in the long term we build a very good moral society. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم.